boys and girls, and welcome to Kids Camp Creation Crafts. We're so excited you're joining us. Are you ready for some crafting? We sure are. We're your hosts. I'm Miss Susie.
And I'm Mr. Ryan, and we're glad that you've joined us. And we have all these red-coated people here. Are you guys ready to help make some crafts?
Yeah!
Wow! I think they're ready. You guys sound a little rowdy here. We should get some people to help us. We've got some referees. Thank you, ladies, for helping us. They'll run around with a microphone and help us out. We really appreciate that. Well, we've got a fun craft for you today. We're going to use all our crafting supplies. Miss Susie, what are we going to make today?
Sure, we're going to be making a heart handprint tree that states that God is love. We like to put a scripture with our craft as well. Mr. Ryan, what is our Bible verse for today?
Yeah, this is a very popular Bible verse that goes with and where we find this definition that God is love. It's found in 1 John chapter 4, verse 8. And it starts like this: the person who does not love does not know God. So you have to love to know God. And then it says, because God is love. 1 John 4, 8. So that's where we find our verse in this craft. We can put it up in our rooms or our house and to remind us of that verse, 1 John 4, 8.
That's right.
Okay, it looks like there's a lot of parts to this, a lot of steps. I see a lot of tools out. I think we're going to need a lot of instruction from Miss Susie. Are you ready?
That's right, I'm ready. Are you kids ready for some crafting fun?
Yeah!
Yes! All
Let's
right,
do this.
well, let's get started. This is crafting full throttle here. We have all sorts of stuff. We have liquid glue and staples. We have glue sticks and scissors and pencils and markers. So we're using a whole lot of stuff right here for our craft today. All right, our first step is going to be to trace not only our hand, but we also want to trace part of our arm. This is going to be the tree. So we want to make sure we get part of that arm, and that's going to be the tree trunk, and then our fingertips will be the branches. So go ahead and put your hand and part of your arm on the brown piece of paper and trace it, and then we will cut it out. Yep, your whole hand and part of your arm. And we're just going to trace around. Remember, this is going to make our tree trunk and our branches.
Don't forget to leave some room to put some leaves up there.
That's right. All right, so once you get your hand and part of your arm drawn on that, we're going to use our scissors. Now remember, we need to use scissor safety as well, okay? They can be sharp. We want to make sure to never point them to people, and we want to make sure that when we cut, we keep our fingers away from the scissor blades. All right, so once you have your hand drawn, go ahead and cut it out. Just like so.
Oh, you guys are doing good. Let's get those scissors out and start cutting away. Good job, boys and girls. Did you guys all pass the scissor training safety course?
Yeah.
Wow, oh, you teach it. Wow, that's great. You guys are doing good. Wow, this is some nice construction paper. Always good to give a little strength to your craft instead of just using regular old copy paper. Good old construction paper, you get different colors. Does anyone know where you get paper from? Where does paper come from?
Trees.
Trees, that's exactly right. And that's where we get a lot of our white paper. Now, where do you get red paper from? Does anybody know?
Trees. Trees.
Is there any type of tree?
Cherry. Maple tree?
How about a red tree or a redwood? No? Well, I've been working on some tree jokes, but I guess I better leave those alone. But I've been branching out into some new ones. Stick around. I've got a few more, and we'll get to the root of those jokes, okay? All right. You know, you can only do these dad jokes when you're all grown up, okay? All right. You guys are doing great cutting out your hands here.
All right, how are we doing over here, Charlie? Good. All right. Now, you don't have to worry about getting it super perfect because we will be covering it with some of our hearts, okay?
All right.
Just want to make sure we get our
We got
fingers
some
cut out for our
really
branches.
handy kids around here.
That's right. They're doing a great job.
Can't help it. Here we go. All right.
Now, our next step, once
good.
you
You don't have
have
the
your
tree
hand cut out and your part of your arm, we're gonna actually stick it here in the middle of our paper. And we're gonna take our glue stick and we're gonna glue it to our blue cardstock.
All right.
So go ahead and
We're
get your
gonna
glue
use
sticks
the glue
out
stick
and you
next.
can rub it all over your handprint.
Need a hand.
Oh yeah, watch this.
All right. Got some good cutters here. Yeah, he's very handy. That's awesome. Okay, you can start putting the glue stick on there and glue it down.
I go right here.
Yep, glue it onto the blue
Yep.
piece of paper.
Just use your glue stick. You can smear it all over and then place it down on your blue cardstock. So we end up with this so
There you go.
far.
I can take some of that. Boy, there's going to be a lot of directions, Miss Susie. I wonder, are they going to have to memorize all these things?
You won't have to memorize it, actually. You can go to our website, 3abnkidscamp.tv. You can find all the supplies and the instructions there. Okay, our next step is to take your green construction paper, and we're gonna make the grass. So all you have to do is make some cuts. You can make it wavy, really any way you want your grass to look. So we're gonna use our scissors, and we're just gonna kind of cut some little hills, little blades of grass. Any way you want it, that's fine.
Very good. You guys hear that? The next thing, what's after the brown tree trunk? What are you doing next? Grass. All right.
Yes.
Now this is
All
nice
right.
green grass. Is going to remind us of summertime, early in the summer. Yep, let's cut
That's
out
right.
some wavy grass lines in there.
Okay?
Yep, you can just sort of freehand it if you want.
Yep, you can just use your scissors and go along. You can make it
Good
wavy
job.
just like this, or you can make them pointed to look more like grass. It doesn't really matter. All right, so once you have your green strip cut, your grass, we're gonna also put our glue on that. And we're just gonna give it a good coating all the way around.
Well, does anyone do any mowing of their grass at home? Does anyone help out there?
I do.
You do? Oh, all right.
And then once we have our glue smeared on, we're gonna put it at the bottom of our blue cardstock, and it's gonna cover a little bit of the arm part, which is the trunk of the tree.
Very good. Seeing some good cuttings and grass here. Yep, if you have some extra, you can just leave it underneath the table here.
That's right.
Yep, that looks great. Glue it on.
Let's see,
Oh, that looks
kiddos,
like
great
real
job.
grass. Wow, that's really cool.
Okay, I see a number of our kids have our grass on. Okay, the next step is gonna be to make our hearts. The hearts are the leaves. So what I want you to do, we're gonna take our pink strips of paper. These are a 1/2 inch by 6 inches. Sorry, actually 1/2 inch by 7 inch. I went a little taller because it's easier to staple them when they're a little bit longer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pink strips and we're gonna fold them in half and make a good crease at the bottom. We're just gonna crease it real good. Then we're going to open it up and we're gonna have our ends touch and then fold in just like this. And then we're gonna kind of pull that out so that we can staple it. You wanna put the staple right on the end. If you do it too high, the heart is a little misshapen, so we wanna do it right there on the end. We're gonna take our staple and staple it. Sure, I would love to help you. And we'll have a heart that'll look something like this.
Good job.
Sure,
I'm
Charlie,
seeing
let's
some-
help.
Oh, there's a good heart.
Oh, you had it.
Miss
right.
Susie, how are we going to put these hearts down onto the tree?
Okay, so once you have your heart made, you wanna grab, oh, here's your stapler.
It's all right.
Once you have your heart made, you're going to just kind of rub it in your glue. We have a plate full of white school glue.
Yep, just
There
dip it
you
in.
go. Just like that. Very good, Charlie.
Dip it, get some glue on the bottom.
Yep, you're gonna just kind of dab it in there, get a good coating of some glue, and then you're gonna stick it on the branches or your fingertips, which are the branches, just like this. And you can put them any direction you would like. In fact, it actually looks better if you mix it up. That's right. So
Very
we're
good.
gonna
Yep, go
take
ahead and
our
dip it in the
hearts,
glue. Just put a little bit of the edges.
dip them in the glue,
Perfect. Good job.
And then we're going to just stick them all over
Yep.
our paper. And I'm going to turn this so you
This
boys
is
and girls can
great.
see at home.
Man, I see some good artistry going on. Branches, grass. Now we're getting in these heart-shaped leaves here.
That's right.
Very good. All right, this is fun. Get to use all the tools in the crafting toolbox.
That's right.
Lots of glue.
So we're going to just rub it in a little bit, get a good little coating on the bottom of it, just like this.
So do you guys like making a mess? Yeah. Oh, okay. You know, I don't mind making a mess. I think it's great when we make a mess when we craft. What should we do when we're done, though?
Wash your hands.
That's
Just
right.
wash your hands. Okay, leave the mess there, right? How about we clean up the mess and then we go wash your hands? Those are both great things.
It's always a good idea to clean up after ourselves, right, kids? Yes.
Just remember that when you go to college. Your college teachers are going to want you to do that too. All right, is there any questions? You guys are doing great. Get some of those hearts on there. All right. You guys are doing great with all this gluing and cutting. Lots of hearts up here that you can grab.
There you
Ooh,
go.
this one's
Good
got some
job.
extra glue in there. Want to start putting some more hearts on? Yeah, start dipping those guys. Wow. Very nice. So this reminds you that God is love. That was our verse. And love isn't always just hearts and rainbows and things. And sometimes it means when we love people, and when parents love their kids, we might have to correct them. But we didn't know how to put that into leaves. So the hearts are what we're going to do. But just know that sometimes your parents love you. They'll have to give you some correction. And so maybe we could fill in those hearts with some of the things that God shows his love to us. So that's very important to learn here.
That's okay.
All right, what's next after we do
Just
some
stick it
hearts,
back
Miss
in there.
Susie?
All right. Well, once you get all of your hearts on your tree,
A few more.
we want you to take your marker and we're going to write God is love. And that is our reminder that God does love us.
And if you guys want to write the Bible verse on there, that was 1 John 4:8.
That is
Okay.
an excellent idea.
That way we know it's right from the Bible. We'll have our reminder up. Take this home, put it in your bedroom, put it in your brother or sister's bedroom. Maybe you need to remind them.
Could
that
you
God is
repeat that
love.
Bible verse one more time?
Sure, 1 John 4:8.
4:8.
1 John
1
4:8.
John.
You guys could
4,
write that on your craft
8,
and it'll be a
that's right.
reminder that's all around us here. Wow, man, when you're crafting, the time just kind of
It-
goes along very fast. You get
It
to learn how
really
to
does.
use some tools and share. Man, crafting is a lot of fun.
Are we having fun yet, kids?
Yeah,
All right. This is a really fun project, isn't it?
I love to see all the original creations. Everybody does something just a little bit different with the directions. Awesome. Very nice. Okay. You guys are doing great. This craft is coming to a nice completion here.
Yes, we are just about finished up here.
All right.
Well, I think that's all the time we have here today. Thank you for joining us on Creation Crafts, where Scripture inspires creativity.
All right, let's get a few more hearts on there.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Great.